Hello, YouTube. This is Keith Kevin Ken. Time again to look at a bunch of knives from my 1550 Pelican case. That's right. Remember, we went over 500 subscribers, and I promised to you once we did 500 subscribers, I would open up my most expensive Pelican case. I have four of them, three 1550s and one 1650. And so I did. I didn't count it. I didn't put a calculator and remember all the money that I spent on the cases. But since this has 41 Chris Reeve knives, 48 Chris Reeve knives, all of these, that I've already gone over in part 1 and part 2 of the cases. It also has all of my Microtech automatics. All of my Microtech out the front automatics are in this case. And I have the run over from my Spyderco cases. We're celebrating reaching 500 subscribers. Thank you all who have subscribed. If you've been watching the Keith Kevin Ken YouTube channel, please subscribe and thumb this up, but especially subscribe. Now our goal is 1,000. Once we hit 1,000, I'm going to open my 1,600 Pelican case. It's full of Spydercos, all of them from the first worker. There was the first knife made by Spyderco that had the Spidey hole, and the first knife made by Spyderco with a pocket clip. It goes all the way up to, well, a bunch of other knives, including my 16-piece complete Copa, Spyderco Copa collection. I'll also open the 1550 that is full of Spydercos. In the 1550, I put them together as families. So it's all the Delicas. It's all the Mannixes. And again, a bunch of classics, a bunch of sprint runs, all of them in a row. All of the flippers except the few flippers, the newer flippers that I'll show you out of this case, are in that case as well. 400 Spyderco knives we'll go over once we reach that 1,000 subscriber goal. So please, thank you very much. We had a number of people become subscribers since we went over 500. We're now at 535. Thank you all. By the way, even if you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, but you've been watching the Keith Kevin Ken YouTube channel, thank you too as well. I'm thrilled to be able to share my knives with you. Okay, enough chatter. This is the last part of this case. We're going to go until we're finished. I'll do them as fast as possible. And I'm going to put this up tonight. Since I have new internet, super fast internet, it'll go up tonight. It'll go live tonight. So let's get with it. Let's start with the Spydercos. The first one, a special classic. We all know this classic. This is the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. This is in camo, of course, with the compression lock. It's a wonderful knife. This is my collection of Paramilitary 2s that we're going to start with. 3.4-inch blade, S30V steel on this one. That's the camo, S30V steel on this Paramilitary 2. The great thing about my three Paramilitary 2s that are in this case is they all have different blade steel. This one you've seen probably on the YouTube channel, or if you follow me on Instagram at Keith Kevin Ken, you've seen this. It has become one of my favorite knives. It is the orange Spyderco Paramilitary 2 with the black blade. This has CTS XHP steel. It's a sprint run. Sprint runs from Spyderco are knives most of the sprint runs are 1,000 knives or less, and once they're gone, they're gone. I really love this. I love the bold colors, but it really is balanced out with that black blade. And of course, it's just an excellent Spyderco. That's orange G10. And boy, what wonderful steel, CTS XHP. And of course, when Spyderco started their Blurple series of production knives with S110V steel, the first Blurple blue and purple G10 knife that has that, again, S110V steel, I'm not stuttering, I had to grab the Paramilitary. That was my first one, the Paramilitary 2, the Blurple S110V steel knife. Of course, I have a lot of the other Blurple knives. That's in my other Spyderco, my other Pelican case, my other 1550. So those are my 3 paramilitaries. Here's my military collection. Again, we're going to start. This is the military collection. Now, all of the military knives have S30V steel. They don't have all the different steels like my Paramilitary 2 do. But boy, they have different scales. If you notice, the Paramilitary 2s, they were all G10, but they had different colors. This starts out with camo and the black blade, S30V steel. The military has a 4-inch blade. Again, that classic blade shape. Same with Paramilitary 2, that classic Spyderco kind of thin leaf shape. This does not have a compression lock. It has a liner lock. That is the military. Again, 4-inch blade, S30V steel. Full-time military. Hello. I'm waiting for the military to be made in Blurple. I haven't seen that come out yet. Can't wait for an S110 military. Again, 4-inch blade, of course, but this is full tie. Full tie scales. Everything else, though, is pure military. Military came out first. Then Spyderco everyone wanted a smaller military, and that's where we got the Paramilitary. There's been rumors that Spyderco's been working on the Militia, which is a smaller Paramilitary 2 knife. Can't wait, can't wait. Again, full-time military. And then my last military, man, this is a beast. This is the blue fluted military. Can you see the fluted titanium? Anodized blue. I don't know exactly the figures on this knife, but I can tell you that they stopped production on it because getting the blue is very difficult. I've seen some of the blue military fluted knives that are half and half, splotchy. They were having some problems with this. Mine, yeah, it's beautiful, no problems whatsoever. So we're thinking this is probably, even though it wasn't a sprint run, it's probably in the sprint run 1,000 or so out there. I'm just guessing, but not a lot of them. They had to stop doing the blue. There is a silver fluted, a regular fluted titanium military out there, but this blue one is just beautiful. Discontinued because of that production issue. One of the new ones from Spyderco for this year. I'm recording this in 2016. I told you it's going to be an epic year. I love my Spyderco Firefly. I just love it. It's real nice. It has that carbon fiber bolster that's really nice. When Spyderco wants to do smooth G10, I don't know if anyone does it better. You'll see another one with smooth G10. This feels so nice. And I love that there's no void between the two. It's just smooth. I know I got to keep going faster. This is the Firefly from Spyderco. Orange G10 with the carbon fiber bolsters. VG10 steel, steel liners. and 2.7-inch blade. I really love carrying this as a small gentleman's folder knife, and I love what they did with the clip. Spyderco did a custom for this knife clip, this real small clip. It really works well. The next knife, I need to show it more love. This is the Spyderco Rock, R-O-C. It is a collaboration with Spyderco and one of my favorite makers, and I love what he did with Spyderco on all the dog tag knives, Serge Pachenko. I really, when I saw the first pictures of this, I wanted it so much. I was lusting after it, and I think that's it. Expectations were so high. Black G10 has that cleaver style blade, which is really wonderful. VG10 steel, 3.1 inch on that blade. It is gray coated. I don't like the coated blade. I would have just liked it just satin. Just leave it alone. That's a bother for me. I do love it though. I love the shape. I've got to carry this. I'm going to carry this once. I'm going to carry this in the next 2 weeks. The Rock. I just had huge expectations, and it just didn't. That gray blade just threw me off. But I love the clip. I love how it's done. I'm going to give it a second try because I love the cleaver shaped blade. That's the Spyderco collaboration with Serge Pachenko. That's the Rock. The next knife, it's the Pits. P-I-T-S, Pie in the Sky is what it's called. Full tie. It's a wonderful, wonderful knife. Full tie. The blade is 3 inches. The steel is N690. N690 steel, and you see this and it looks like it's a lock. It's not. This actually is a slip joint. It is. Look, it's a strong slip joint. It was created with a knife maker out of the UK. So as you know, UK, they don't allow locking knives. So what he wanted to do with Spyderco's help is do almost the ultimate slip joint. So this right here is a spring. It is not a lock, but it's a very strong spring. It's great because it has the guard. Pie in the Sky, full titanium. It is a slip joint. I love that they included the wire clip as well. That is the Pits. That was released in 2015. And then this year, 2016, they came out with the Pits Pie in the Sky. Exactly the same 3-inch blade. Exactly the same N690 steel. The only difference is it's anodized blue, and what a beautiful blue, right? A blue Pie in the Sky. Pits from Spyderco. I love these knives. Don't carry them enough. Need to carry them more. The next one, oh man. This is simple and gorgeous at the same time. Have you ever seen that? You guys know what I'm talking about. It's the Spyderco Mike Draper. Just beautiful. It has this wonderful texture right here. It's that blue, full titanium, by the way. Full titanium. VG10 steel. It's a big 3.7-inch blade. VG10, it feels so great with that full tie. Liner lock. It's the Mike Draper. Oh man, is that beautiful. Just a plain, wonderful knife. Smooth as silk too. One of the new ones from Spyderco. Here's a knife from Spyderco. It's just called the friction folder. It's the only Spyderco friction folder that I know of. Here we go. Friction folder. Is that amazing? Just a simple G10 scales, friction folder, you know, non-locking. You flip it up like this, and then your hand covers that to keep it as sturdy as possible. That's the Spyderco friction folder, 2.9-inch blade, so it's legal in a lot of places because it's non-locking. It's really a it's really a nice knife. It doesn't have a clip. It comes with this case, if you were wondering what it was. Slip it in the case, the clip is there. Kind of a thick kind of knife with a little back spacer right there. Again, friction folder. I have not carried this. I need to. The interesting thing about the friction folder is that the person that collaborated with Spyderco was Philip DeLue. Does that sound familiar? Well, Philip DeLue is the one that created the Myrtle. So here's a simple friction folder from Philip DeLue. G10, just a nice little friction folder. And then I just think it's a masterpiece. I love the Myrtle. It's the Spyderco Myrtle. And yes, this is taking a long time. This is going to be a long one. I'm sorry I'm taking so long. I need to go faster. Can't go as fast as these because I have to explain them. It's going to be a long video. You can stop it. You can join it. That's the great thing about digital. And I'll be able to still put this up fast. This is the Myrtle, Spyderco Myrtle from Philip DeLue. 3.7-inch blade. I love the belly. It was almost that Spyderco leaf blade, but then they did the recurve. I love that tip on the end. Oh, man. Titanium bolsters, is it? Wonderful tie bolsters, yes. And then it has this wonderful marble carbon fiber. Oh, man. And again, you can't feel the connection here. They put all of the screws. Some people said they don't like all these screws, but they did it as a decoration and to hold it on. They have carbon fiber as a backstop and full tie with the Chris Reeve integral lock. Again, it's the Myrtle. It's a beautiful knife. Brand new for 2016. Oh, man. It is just wonderful. Wonderful knife, 3.7 inches, S30V steel used on the Myrtle. The next knife, yeah, beast. Yes, the tie stick. You bet you, Spyderco tie stick, 3.9 inches, full titanium scales that are carved out with that wonderful frame lock. Oh man, look at that. Modified Tanto blade, 2 bevels, got the swedge on the top. Man, this is a beast. And yes, full tie, but it doesn't have the liners in it, and so it's not that heavy. It actually isn't that heavy, but man, is it a beast. And look how it just fell. It is so nice. That's the tie stick from Spyderco. Brand new from 2016. The next one is, oh man, it's a favorite of mine. I put it together with the first one. Of course, this is the top 10. Actually, the top 5 is the Spyderco Techno. The Spyderco Techno is wonderful. It's by Marcin Slits. Same maker of the Bowie. You can kind of tell that it's the same maker, right? Of course, the Techno, most of you know about, 2.55-inch blade, CTS, XHP steel, and the Bowie in that famous American Bowie blade shape. All tie. Both of them are all tie. Both of them have a back spacer, G10 back spacer. The Techno has a blue one. This has a black one. The Bowie has 3.4-inch blade. And again, CTS, XHP. Made by both are made by the same knife maker. and both are just excellent. I mean, that Bowie, yes, it has a Bowie shape, but I tell you, it feels and operates like a techno on steroids. I just love it. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this because, again, like the Firefly, this is just, to me, one of the perfect gentleman folders. It is the Spyderco Verango. Oh, man, it's beautiful. It has that blue iodized titanium. It has the carbon fiber inlay right here. It has a wonderful titanium backspacer. This actually is a backspacer in between both sides, but man, look how seamless. You just wouldn't believe that this was machine made. It's just, or a production made knife. It's just wonderful. I love that recurve, and that tantal blade gives you two distinct areas. I just really love this. This is the Verango from Spyderco. Came out this year. I told you, this is going to be a beast of a year. S30V steel for the Verango, 2.5 inch blade. Man, I love that knife. Every day almost I want to carry it. Looking like a beast, isn't it? You bet you it's a beast. We go from the small Verango to another 2016 knife from Spyderco. It's the Mamba. I love that Mamba. I did a special video on the Mamba that's on this channel if you want to know more about it. It's from the two makers, Brend and Perella. It's a two-tone finish on the blade. I'm not too thrilled with the two-tone finish, but man, it works. What a flipper, too. Man, it's a beast of a knife. The Mamba 3.8 inch blade flips like a dream. When it's open, it's 9.25 inches in length. Full carbon fiber. Man, they did not skimp at all on the materials. Oh, man. I told you S30V steel. It is a wonderful knife. The Mamba. I've been recommending it to people who like big knives and like a great flipper. Fills my big Michelin Man hands just perfectly. It's the Mamba, brand new from 2016 from Spyderco. Let's see what else we have here. The next knife we have, you know, I only have one. I have two automatics from Spyderco. I came late to collecting, so I wasn't around when they came out with a bunch of Spydercos. So, of course, when this came out, I had to have it. It's the Spyderco, what is it? AUTONOMY. NOMY. Why am I the autonomy? Sorry, you guys. Of course, it's one of the restricted blades because it's a rescue shape with that spidey edge, and it just flips out there. It's a wonderful automatic G10 scales, and it has that lock, wonderful lock. They just came out with an orange version for professionals. Look at that. Look at the long wire clip on it. It's a wonderful automatic. I just love it. It's only one of two of my automatics. That rescue blade, I have to look over here because I don't use it as much as I should. H1 steel, so it doesn't rust at all. 3.7 inch serrated blade. Here's my other one. No, it's not a new one. I know it's not new. Hold on, you guys. Sorry about this. It's the Citadel automatic. I see someone on Instagram and a lot of people who have all of the Spyderco automatics, all variations, and I just cry. This is my only one that I've gotten. It's the Citadel 3-inch blade. I'm sorry. Yes, 3-inch blade, S30V steel, aluminum, Flips like a dream. S30V steel. If you guys have one of the Spyderco aluminum body, if you guys have one of the Spyderco automatics, you know just how wonderful it is. I was lucky enough to find this one in perfect shape and able to buy it. I would love to find the other ones. If you guys have the other ones and are interested in selling, let me know. The next knife from Spyderco, I did a love story on my channel. It was called Patata. This is the Spyderco Patata. If you want to hear more about it, you can see that love story video that I did. It's part of it's the new knife for 2016, part of the Ethnic series. It is a wonderful knife. Came from an Italian a knife, an older knife from an Italian Mediterranean island. It is a wonderful blade with N690 steel, 3.9-inch blade. I love that blade shape too, I really do. Very smooth G10, it just feels like butter, and that wonderful clip. That is the Spyderco Patata. I recommend this. I love the Ethnic series because of the unique shapes and the history behind each of the knives. But I can tell you something, I would carry this at least once a week. It is a wonderful thin profile knife that, let me just tell you, because of that belly right there, you can really use it for a lot of EDC chores, but also, hey, it's a great defender knife. I love the Patata. All right, here are two knives like the automatics that I just never could get from Spyderco, and just this past 2 weeks, both of them came available, so I bought them. It's the Spyderco Superfly. You know, balisong knife, Spyderco's version. And if you think this old man is going to flip the knife, you are really mistaken. But it is a beautiful knife. Spyderco has their branding hole in the handles right there. It has that wire clip. This is as far as it goes as far as getting together. People who are in the know say that this design really flips well. This was created by the founder Sal Glasser's son, Eric Glasser, who has created a lot of knives, including the Mannix. Really nice. I was so happy when this came available, just like I was so happy with the automatic. I just love it. It is the tie, it's all tie, 4.1-inch blade. Look, I think it's art. When I see young folks and some older ones flipping the balisongs, you know, we used to call them butterfly knives. We used to find them all over the place. And but man, the artistry of people who can flip those knives, I have full respect. But I can't. I'm an old man, I can't. This one is the small version. It's called Spyderco Small Fry. It has G10 scales. It's really wonderful. It's the smaller version, as you can see. The blade is 3 inches. By the way, the blade steel on both the Spyderfly and the Small Fly is 154 cm steel. Just a wonderful shape, just a wonderful knife. Both of those are just beautiful knives. I'm so happy I've been able, again, these are restricted. There's a long story behind the Spyderco balisongs, and one day we should talk about it. And then this was really my last one from Spyderco. This is the Little Lum, Bob Lum, who passed away. A wonderful knife maker, a genius knife maker. Also a collaborator with Spyderco on the Chinese folder. This is the smallest of the Chinese folder. They have a large Chinese folder, a medium size. I own the medium size in Incision. And then this is the small one. It's called the Little Lil Lum. And it's for Bob Lum from Spyderco. Actually, Bob Lund did have this design made. They just never got to it until just now. VG10 steel, 2.4 inch blade. It's just a nice little blade. Hate the clip, hate the clip, hate the clip. Other than that, I love this. I don't know why it wasn't a wire clip. There you go. Those are the Spydercos. Sorry it took me so long. We're at 30 minutes already. I'm sorry, it's long, but hey, you can stop it, you can start it, go back to it. I hope you're enjoying it. I don't want to put this off anymore. I want you guys to see what we have in this case. Let's see how we went through this. Okay, let's go through the automatics. Here is my custom, Marfione custom. I love the Microtech UTX-70. And I had a chance to get the custom limited from Marfione, and I did it. It is a wonderful blade, 2.7 inch blade, Tanto blade. It has that wonderful blue Damascus, my only blue Damascus blade. You can see that it's custom by the Marfione mark right there. Blue screws. It's just wonderful. I love it. It has two blue glass breakers. This is my regular Microtech UTX-70, and this is the custom. And I carry this as my keychain knife. I love to play with it throughout the day, but you can see the difference. But they both are just wonderful. UTX-70, the custom, and then the off-the-shelf red one that I really love as well. By the way, by the time I get done with these out the fronts from Microtech, I will be doing two-handed closes. I'm just giving you a warning now. Don't call me a wimp, okay? You open and close 12 of these suckers. Here is one of my favorite Microtech out the fronts. I carry it a lot. If you guys want to see me carry it, I have, close to 140 daily pocket dump deconstructions on this channel in a playlist. Go check them out. I also have a special Microtech out the front video as well. This is the Microtech Trudon. It's Tanto blade. By the way, I'm not sure what my customs blade is. It's not written on the knife, but all of these are Elmax steel except for one automatic. So this is Elmax steel. This is a wonderful, the Trudon 3-inch blade. You know, I love the Tanto shaped blade as well. Elmax steel. It is just a wonderful knife. That's the Trudon. That is a wonderful EDC knife. Here's another wonderful EDC knife. It is one of my favorites. It just, the aluminum just feels a little bit better. It's one of the newer ones, so it has a newer firing out pin. I keep saying they're automatic OTFs out the fronts. If you guys aren't familiar with that, out the fronts, this is double action out the front, this knife, which means you push it out, you pull it back in. I have one of these knives that is just single action. The button will pull it out, and then you have to do something else to bring it back in. This is the Microtech UTX 85. They call it 85 because it's 85% of the ultratech. That's the UTX 85. I just really love it. It's a combo blade, Elmax steel. I personally probably wouldn't have went with the combo, but man, these were going so fast, so I grabbed what I could. And I love this as an EDC. I like combo blades. I just never want to buy them, and then when I buy them and use them, I go, boy, I love these combos. The next Microtech, I've got 3 ultratechs. Ultratechs are just their best sellers, plain and simple. All of my ultratechs that you'll see have Elmax steel. All of them have 3.1-inch blades as well. This is the newer one. This is Microtech saying their ultratechs are going to be new. They have these triangles. It's called the tri-grip. So you get a grip. It's not that smooth aluminum. They also have the triangle. You see that hardware on them? This one is a great little blade. That spear blade I really love. Again, this is the ultratech. This is the newer ultratech. A little stiff, so I already started with the double. This is a plain ultratech. I love that mustard green. And with the tanto blade, again, LMAX steel. Again, 3.1 inch blade. And then, actually, my very first ultratech was this special limited edition see-through ultratech that I got from Blade HQ. Again, this one is a spear shape, but you can look through the top and see the action. Yeah, I'm wimping out. Got a little stiff. I have to use two to bring it in. You know, that happens a lot with ultratechs. Sometimes you just need the two to bring it in. The great thing is, I have not seen an ultratech yet. Now, maybe someone else has, where you have problems putting it out. If you had problems pushing it out, I'd send it back. But you know what? It flies out there. And when I'm done, I'll be a wimp and do two to bring it back in. I'm in trouble if I call on my knife and it doesn't fly out. They still fly out. That is the ultratech. The ones you've just seen are really everyday carries, easy to carry. These other ones, of course you can carry them. They're just a little bit bigger. They are. Oh, I take it all back. This one is also a nice carry. I'm sorry, you guys. This is my Microtech QD Scarab. The QD Scarab is wonderful with that tanto blade, LMAX steel. I love it. It's QD. You can always get a scarab. There are other scarabs. There's a plain scarab that doesn't have these grips in between the aluminum. The QD does. I love it. It's flat, it's wide, a little thinner than the ultratech actually, but it is wide. It's a great carry. This is a nice carry as well. That is the QD Scarab. This is when we start getting them a little bit big. Remember I showed you my Tridone? I said, oh, I love my Tridone, and I do. Here's the big brother. Hello. This is the big brother Tridone. This right here is the Combat Tridone, and that means it's bigger and scarier. Because it's a Combat Tridone, I said, hey, I don't want a fancy. Give me the camo. If I'm carrying this, I want people to know this is going to be the Combat Tridone. Because when you carry this, it's not just for EDC, okay? You bring out the Combat Tridone and camo, Kevin's about ready to have a discussion with someone. I really like it. 3.8 inch blade. By the way, that QD Scarab 3.5 inch blade. I said the ultratechs like an idiot. Did I say they were 3.1 inch? Actually, they are 3.4 inch, all of them. 3.4 inch LMAX blades. I hope I didn't misspeak. The Combat Tridone 3.8 inch. Yes, it's LMAX. And yes, it's a beast. And yes, this one is not really an everyday carry. This one is one like some of my hawk blades, all of my hawk blades almost, that I save on special occasions when I'm expecting some problems. Here's just, I think, the fanciest, classiest Microtech that I have. It's also one of the biggest. This is the Makora 2. It is just a beast. 4.4 inch blade, LMAX steel, 10.5 inches total. It has carbon fiber inlays for most of it. You see that? Oh man, talk about a beast of a knife. Big, long, thin knife. It is just classy. You know, it reminds me of some of those classic automatics that you see. I don't know if you guys ever been in shops where they sell $10,000 knives. Yeah, the customs you see here on YouTube, that's the lower end customs. I've been in shops where the cheapest knife was $10,000 custom, and it just looks, there are some of them are like this, just sleek and beautiful. Microtech, wonderful, classy Makora 2. And then the last Microtech and the last, nope, next to the last Microtech. I'm sorry, I jumped the gun. And the next to the last knife in the case, and the only Microtech that is not LMAX steel. Hello, say hello to my Halo 5. Oh my goodness. Remember I told you about the double action? Well, this is a single action. You press the button and it shoots out like you wouldn't believe. Press it again. You cock that back to put it back in. Let me tell you something. When this comes out, I keep calling this like my shotgun of the knife world. Someone knocks on the door at night. Can I help you? It's like cocking a shotgun. Nah, not as threatening as cocking a shotgun. This is just a beast of a knife. Again, it is the Halo 5. You would rarely carry it. It actually has a carrying case. You don't see a clip on this. But you would carry it if you were going to have some problems. It's not LMAX steel. It's 690 steel. It's that Tanto blade, which I love. 4.6 inch blade. 10.75 in length. It's a beast. It's the Halo 5. And then finally, I know this was long, guys, but I wanted to get through all the knives, and it's hard to just go through the Spydercos without talking about them. This is the last knife. You know, it's not a joke knife at all, but it's not a practical knife. You're going to see a double action, sort of, I guess you would call it double action, although I define that you pull out the double action and then you pull it back in. This one is different. This is great. It's called the Venomtech. It's an exclusive from Blade HQ. And the reason it has a sheath is, yeah, the 5.5 inch dagger blade doesn't go all the way into the case. The case is 5 inches long. Look at that. Look at the beast. I love that it's blacked out. It is a fun knife. It's LMAX steel. Again, it's such a beast of a knife. It doesn't go all the way into the case. It was made that way. It has an extra bit that's out. It doesn't retract, so you have to have a sheath, a Kodak sheath. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. Hey, you can't collect Microtech out the fronts, in my opinion, and not have a Venomtech. That's it, folks. Thank you very much for helping us reach the 500 subscriber goal. We are now on our way for 1,000. Once we get 1,000, I'm going to open up the cases. We're going to go through 2 cases, the 1600 that has a bunch of classic Spydercos, a 1550 that has families of Spydercos, all of the Delicas, all of the Enduras, the Manixes, a whole bunch of knives in there. 400 Spydercos. It's, besides these, it's the rest of my Spyderco collection, and I have a pretty extensive one. So let's hit 1,000. So please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Please thumb this up. I really appreciate you guys. Sorry it took me so long, 44 minutes, but I wanted to get through it. I really am happy that you guys have spent so much of your time with me. Thank you very much. You have a perfect day. And hey, when you go out, keep those pockets full. It's just a bunch of fun. It is. Thank you very much. Bye.